Hi guys, we are going to be starting with the Selenium. So in Selenium, we have discussed about the components of the Selenium in the last class. So we having the components, four components. I have told you the RC has been removed. So no one is using the RC as of now. So we having the Selenium IDE, Selenium WebDriver, Selenium Grid. So Selenium IDE is the Selenium one, which is just I can say that it is a helping hand for us, which can be used for recording our scripts and play our script as per our requirement. So we can record our scripts and we can play the scripts. So to record and play our scripts, what we have to do, we have to install it to the Selenium. So where we are going to be installing this one means it is a add-on we are going to be installing on the browser. So we can install present going to be supporting the Chrome browser, Edge browser, Firefox browser, but the initial stage it is going to be supporting only the Firefox browser, but we can able to record our scripts in any browser. So while recording our script, what we can do means first we have to open any browser. Let us open a new browser. I'm going to be opening a new browser which I have not installed the Selenium IDE. So I want to install the Selenium IDE. So first what I will do means I will install Selenium IDE. So I want to download this one. So download Selenium IDE. So for the Chrome browser, I want to install this one. So it is an add-on. So you have to click on add-on, extend add-on to this one. So it is add-on. So you can able to see here, it is already installed here. Just I want to pin it here so that I can able to see this one. Just I'm clicking on the Selenium IDE. So what here it is doing, it is saying must record a new test in a new project. You want to create a new project. In that project you want to create a new test case. If you want to create a new project, a new test case in the new project, you can click on this one. If you having already existing project is there, in the existing project you can create a test case. You can create a new project also. You can close the Selenium IDE. So which one you want to choose, you can choose it. So here the latest version of the Selenium IDE, it is going to be displaying. So 3.17.2 is the latest version of the Selenium IDE. So here, if you want to know more about the Selenium IDE, you can open it from here so that you can able to see it. So Selenium IDE is going to be supporting the Chrome browser, Firefox browser, which is web ready. So it is used to record the web actions. That's why it is simply a turnkey solution to quickly authorized and reliable to end-to-end testing. So it is used to work as a end-to-end testing and easy to debugging also. It is and cross browser execution is also going to be supporting here. So if you want to know more about the Selenium, you can see it. It has provided the document. You can able to see it, the total document. So what are the actions you can perform with the Selenium? How to control the flows? You can use the if conditions also here. You can having the plugins also. You can try it from here. So first, what I want to work with the Selenium IDE. So what I will do means I will create a new script. So I'm going to be giving the project name. So my project name is Online Selenium IDE. I'm going to giving the name as an Online Selenium IDE training. So here, which browser I want to record? As of now, I want to record Google browser. So I'm giving the google.com. So when I ask to start recording, what it will do means it will start recording whatever the actions I'm going to be performed. So what actions here I'm going to be performed here? I want to enter as a Selenium IDE. Next, I want to click on enter. Just I want to click on enter. These actions I want to perform. So just I will minimize this one and I will stop recording. I will run this automation scripts. what it will do means when I 1 minute, I will start recording again. I'm going to creating a new project, online training Selenium IDE. So I want to record google.com. Start recording. So here what I'm going to recording Selenium IDE. Just I want to click on OK. Then I want to stop recording. So it is asking the name. So I want to give Google search for Selenium IDE. So I have given the name. So it was saved with this name. So once it was saved with this name, I want to run this script. So you can able to see here it has typed this one. So here you are able to see what are the things here you are able to see is open command. So what is the command? Opening the URL. So target. So if you see, it has targeted the URL. What URL I have given? It is targeted. Then it was a set the window size, this one. So here we are going to be typing as a Selenium ID type command. Here it has clicked. So here it has clicked the command as a click command. So I have clicked on the button. So targeted button, having the button name equals to BET. So here I'm having some different locators. We can call this one as a locators. So basically it will record whatever the actions I'm going to be performed, that actions it has been recorded. So I want to play this one. Whenever I have played this one, you can see that it was successfully completed. So if you want to refer for anything in the reference, having a click locator. So click will be targeting on the element. So it will click on the link or button or text box or radio button. So what is locators? So if you want to see about the locators, if you click on here, it is providing the total helping messages. So what is the locator? So what it is going to be doing, how it is going to getting the argument. So you can get the total document here if you want to click. When you click on here, it will provide these things. So here we have recorded one script. So what is the advantages of Selenium IDE? First thing, so why I'm saying that it is a helping hand for me. I'm new to the Selenium. I don't know how to write the Java program in the Selenium. So suppose if I'm working with the C Sharp, so I don't know how to write the C Sharp program. Or most important thing, I don't know how to find this locator. So I will change this locator and I will run it now. So there is a no problem in the execution. So what is locator? First thing. So locators is nothing but I can say that uh, locators are nothing but address of element. Address of element. Suppose if you want to reach me, if you know my address, then only you can able to reach me. Similarly, whenever any want to be performed on that particular element, that element address should be known by the uh, compiler. So then only the compiler can perform the actions on that particular element. So for that one, what we having in the Selenium means, we will discuss Selenium WebDriver classes about these locators. So we having different locators. So name we having, ID we have. In XPath also we having two types of XPath. Absolute XPath we having, relative XPath we having, CS selectors we having. CS selectors we having, linked text we having, partial linked text we having, name we having, name ID, ID class we having. So we having 7 types of locators. So these locators is nothing but in organizations they are calling with your name, in schools they are calling with your ID name. So if we are calling with any of this one, it is nothing but the address of that particular element. So we can call by the name or we can call by the address, we can call by the different ways. So whenever we are going to identify any element, the element should contain its locator, then only it can able to trace on that element. Okay, and what here I can do means, here I want to export this one into the particular programming language. So I want to export this one into the Java with JUnit framework. So I'm going to exporting this one. So I'm going to be saving this on my desktop, and I'm going to be saving this one. If I open this one, see it automatically convert into the Java program. In Java, what we are going to doing, we are maintaining the public class name. So this is my class name. So this is my test case name. Java search for the Selenium ID. So it is mentioned with the test. So here it has declared the variables. Here it has declared a method. Before method, here it has been declared. It has declared the after method. It has declared the setup method. So whatever the CS selector have selected, so it has selected the CS selector. So here I have passed the send key. So here whatever the value I have passed it, here it has passed. Here have set the size, window size. So here it has set the window size with a particular dimension. So whatever the program I want to convert it, it was whatever I have recorded it, it was converted into the programming. So this is one of the advantages with the Selenium IDE. So and one more thing, whenever you are not familiar to find out the elements locator. So basically how I'm going to find the elements locator here means, um, suppose google.com application is there. So I want to uh, click on here. So what I have to do, I have to find this element in this look. I have to inspect this element. So this is my source code. I can say that this is the source code. So every source code containing three parts. One is the HTML part. So in the HTML part, we having the header and body. So every web page, if you see, every web page is a HTML page. So every HTML page will have the tags called as a HTML tag and HTML open tag and HTML close tag. So in this HTML open and close tag, we having two things. One is the header part. Header also it is going to be closing the header part, and we having the body part. And we are going to be closing the body part also. So these are the basic steps for the every web pages. So every web pages containing the header part and body part. So what is header part and what is body part? We will see it here. So this is the header part. So which is in the light blue color. This is the header part which we are not going to be performing. See here, if I mouse overing this one, it is a header part. So body part is nothing but whatever is in the white color, it is a body part. So in the body part only, we are going to be considering as a web pages. In this web pages, we having different web elements. So this is a button element. This is a text box element. If you inspect this one, so this is a text area button. We can perform this one is a link button. If you see it having the tags, so it having a tag called as a and some we having the different tags, div tags we having link tags we having, and we having different buttons we having. If I go to eBay application, if you observe here, we having check boxes here we having. So every web pages containing web elements. So what are the web elements we having in web pages is text area we having drop downs we having radio buttons we having check boxes we having link text we having. Mm, so this is a button, see here, if I place this one is a button. See, this one is a button. If you see this one is a text box. If you see uh, checkbox, this class is a checkbox button. If you see drop downs, so here we this is called as a drop downs. So drop downs, we have to select the data. So we having different types of options. You have to select the options. You can't able to enter it here. So this is a text box. If you see this one is a text box, you have to enter anything. But in the drop down, you have to choose the elements which are available only. So we having the different web elements where we have to perform actions on these web elements. So to perform the actions on these web elements, what we are going to do, we are going to finding its yes. So that one we are going to be calling here in the Selenium ID as a target. So I can use the target define means we can specify the element correct address so that I can able to get the information of, or I can perform the actions on that Selenium IDE. Okay. So this is all about the Selenium ID. If you want to convert into the different language, you can choose it here. You can click on here. You can export it. If you want to convert this one into the C sharp, you can convert it this one into the C sharp. If you want to convert this one into the JavaScript, you can export this one into the JavaScript. Yes. S- So I have converted this one into the JavaScript. S- So we can convert whatever the language we want to convert, we can convert into that particular language and we can use it. We can record another script. Suppose if I want to record a new script, what I can do, I can add a new test case 2. I can start the recording here. If I want to change the URL only, ebay.com, I'm going to be recording. Click on here, books, click on enter. So you can record a number of lines. There is no rule that you have to record and only 2 lines or 3 lines. So here I will show the what is the problem, why we are not going to be using. I have recorded these scripts. I am going to be running these scripts. So here mouse over action unknown. So here it was what happened here, it was not fully running. Just give me 1 second, it will throw a error, then we will. So it is taking time to search for a mouse over. I have mouse out that one. So it is taking time. These actions I have performed myself. So this one it is not available. So that's why it is taking some time. So I will stop here. So it is failed now. So here this mouse over, it is not available. So I'm going to be deleting this one. Mouse over and mouse cancel. I'm going to be deleting this one. So it was successfully completed. It was successfully run and it was provided. So if I want to change this one to target to any other locator, it's okay. So I can able to record one script. Here I have run one script, but I want to run two scripts at a time. So I can run all scripts. So first one is a Google script. It is running. Second one is a eWave application. It is running. So we have having this one, we can add, we having different types of methods also. You can see it and you can implement that one also. Just I want to add this one. So you can add the assertions if you want to add the assertions. You want to click at that element. If you want to debug, you can if you want to use the if else statements, you can use if else statements. If you want to mouse over, mouse out actions also you want to perform, you can perform it. You can submit and you can use the verify and verify value. If you want to wait until the element is visible, if you want to wait until the element clickable, so you can perform different types of actions. So mainly what is the disadvantages of Selenium ID? ID is, it is a just we are going to be recording our scripts and we are going to be playing that scripts. So which is the long process, it is not applicable. So that's why we are not going to be using the Selenium IDE. And another coming to the advantages, it is going to recording our scripts. So with less human interaction. So if I'm don't know about any programming language also, it is automatically converting into the programming languages and it is going to be using into that programming language. So here disadvantages, it is a plugin. So that is the one disadvantages. If you see, I have recorded scripts, but my error whenever I'm running that scripts, so mouse over actions I have performed. So it is not available. So what I have did, I have deleted that one. So this is the problem where we are going to be providing. So Selenium is not going to be supporting the error handling. It does not support the scripting grouping of test cases. So I want to group 10 test cases. So these two test cases I can run these two test cases, but what I want to do, I want to run this test case as a different project, this test case as a different project. It is not possible. The Selenium ID does not support the database type testing. So suppose the data is coming from the backend application, so which is not going to be supported by the Selenium IDE. So this problem, to avoid this problem, what they have introduced the Selenium IDE WebDriver. So with the help of Selenium WebDriver, what we can able to automate, we can able to handle the errors, we can able to automate the database side applications also. We can provide the data from the external source also, where we can automate all types of web applications. That's Selenium WebDriver has provided more powerful tool. Tool, I can say that in the automation field, Selenium WebDriver is a most powerful tool which is going to automating the web-based application. Also going to here, what is Selenium? We have discussed about the Selenium. We have discussed about the Selenium architecture, and we are going to be discussing about the Selenium WebDriver architecture. So in the Selenium WebDriver architecture, what we have seen, so there is a language binder where Selenium WebDriver is going to be interact with the browser. So whatever the request we are going to be sending, that browser is going to be interact. So whatever the language binder we are using, so WebDriver, what it will do, WebDriver is a application programming interface. So the application is going to be interact with the browser, and whatever the browsers we having, that browsers is going in that particular browsers it is going to be supporting. So we have discussed. So Selenium is going to be supporting the multiple programming languages. So here also in the Selenium ID also you have seen that one. So Selenium WebDriver is also going to be supporting the multiple programming languages, and which we having we are going to be using a language. In language we are going to be using a generic libraries, so which is going to be reusable our code in the different programming language. This client binding with the communication with the API. So whatever the request we having, it is going to be communicating with the web driver. So how this architecture will be there uh, compared to the Java. So every application will have the search context, and here we having the Java executor script. It is going to be supporting. So WebDriver we having, we can able to provide the screenshot. We can able to run our application in the remote browsers or headless browser. HTML is a headless browser. In the HTML driver also we can able to run our applications. So here we having search context as an interface, and JavaScript WebDriver as an interface, and a remote class is a driver. Chrome driver is a driver. So search contents which is supporting the most of interfaces containing method find elements and find elements. So what the Selenium WebDriver will do, first we will see that one, later we will go through these things. So what Selenium will do, Selenium ID will do, we will see through this. seleniumdev.org is an official website where you can able to see this one. So if you want to go through to the Selenium WebDriver, so first you want to get start with the Selenium WebDriver. So Selenium WebDriver is a browser which is going to supporting the multiple browsers, which is going to be it containing the Selenium server, which makes you to communicate between the browser and the application. So to get start with the Selenium, what we have to do, first thing, we have to install the Java and we have to install the Eclipse. So these two things we have already did in the last class. So next thing what I need means I need a Selenium WebDriver. So what this Selenium WebDriver will do means this Selenium WebDriver will, what the Selenium WebDriver will do, the Selenium WebDriver will interact with this application. So it has to interact with the web browser. So I need to download one Selenium s- standalone server. So we having the different versions. So we have to download these versions. So the latest version for the Selenium WebDriver is latest version is 4.27. We having different versions. You can see the different versions. I will show you Selenium. So we having the different versions in the Selenium, so which you can download it. So the versions is started from the older versions to the newer versions. We will see that one later.